Welcome back to BaldHeaded Metal, guys, and welcome back to another reaction to a band for some reason that's been escaping my grasp for quite a while because it's been requested many times, and that's Obliviscaris. Hopefully I pronounced that correct. And the song and Plague Flowers, the Kaleidoscope live in Colorado is the one that's particularly been requested. So let's get into it and see what it's all about. There's a lot of hype around this band. You guys really placed how talented they are, how good they are and everything like that. But us, again, knowing my very picky attitude, let's see what happens. I tend to speak my mind, but I'm always respectful about my criticism. So with that in mind, let's see what this is all about. And this is going to be, I have a feeling, a long reaction because I'm going to be pausing a lot. I'll try my best not to.
As I said before, we are Obliviscaris. We come all the way from Melbourne, Australia. We have been wanting to come here to the US for so long, and it's just absolutely amazing to have so many of you here early to see us. So thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it. We have one more song for you guys tonight, but before we get into that, over in that back corner over there is our merch desk, and about 5 minutes after this show, we're going to be hanging out over there. So please come have a drink with us, say hello, and we will do our best to come back and see you guys again as soon as we can.
Yeah, merch is a big way for them to make money, unfortunately, in concerts, because they don't sell much on albums.
This one's off our album, Portal of Eye. This one's called And Plague Flowers, the Kaleidoscope.
That's a beautiful intro. I can tell you right away, it's something I didn't expect. I had some reason just like a traditional melodic death metal band, but I guess I should have known better when this was recommended to me after Bellacore. I mean, I'm liking the intro. I'm liking the very beautiful melody with the violin and kind of how they're adding with the acoustic sounding. You know, they're doing the clean sound of the guitar. I like the approach. I am always kind of nitpicky about long intros, but I am not going to be on purpose and just kind of like, okay, chalk it up to that. Let's see if the song is going to be interesting. Also, the vocalist has a very kind of a non-traditional look, which I think is cool. He has like a very 2000s Evanescence look to him, like a gothic feel. I have no idea what they're going to be about, if they're going to be heavy, if they're going to be fast. Zero idea. Yeah, that's a nice, interesting approach, right? Have clean vocals at the same time with the harsh vocals. That's, I think, a very risky thing to do, and I think they're pulling off very, very beautifully. Yeah, it's like a mixture of black metal, death metal, kind of doom metal. Like, there's just so much going on. I don't mean to give a very obvious example, but somebody like Dream Theater or Opeth automatically comes to mind. They're the very obvious choices I would pick. I mean, I'll say this: they sound different for sure. You know, they have definitely a unique sound to them, and there's a like an appreciation for them as musicians. But I can't say I'm like I can understand this being a very emotional song, or like almost like one of those songs that takes you away. It's not doing that for me, to be honest. It's cool, but I don't know. There's something for me that's just not hooking me in. Maybe it's just the nature of this band in general. You know, it takes time to get into. I think this is
We'll see you guys next time.
I think they have 7-string guitar that I noticed, right? I don't know, there's something, and it's what, the 6-string bass? Oh, I think bands like this are very hard to judge based on the reaction. I feel like it's very difficult, like with an honest reaction, it's very difficult unless this is just completely your niche to get into bands like this. Like I'm struggling with Meshuggah and Gojira, where it's like I like one, I don't like the other. And this is definitely not my alley, or at least not the hat I'll pick out of a box. But man, are they playing well, you know? And there's a beauty in the music as well. Yeah, there was a nice change up in the guitars that was really cool and kind of fun. Well, I shouldn't say fun, like a well written piece. And then it goes back to these ones. It's like it's emotionally taking me into different directions, and they're good at that. But I don't know if I'm on board with the particular songwriting, and I'm not sold on the violin, to be honest. I think it sounds beautiful, don't get me wrong, but I'm not sold on it to be in this band. Or, yeah. Even their mannerisms are kind of different when they're performing. It almost feels like something my brother said. We were talking about, I forgot what band we were talking about. And I'm asking him, why don't you like this band? What is it about this band that you don't like? He's like, yeah, I don't know. It's just there's some bands that they write music from pure emotion, and other people write the music for pure logic in their brain and the kind of the notes, like a mathematical equation. And he prefers the more emotional aspect, and I have to agree. I if you ask me which one I would pick, technicality over just emotional gut punch, whether it be just like, oh man, this is badass, or like, oh man, this is making me sad, I'll pick the emotions always first to technicality, which is why I like bands like Bolter or Asphyx, which are, I would say, on the simpler side, especially in comparison to Obliviscaris. They're quite simple in their songwriting. But there's something about their songs that just captures me automatically, where this on a more, like, I logically understand what I'm listening to, but I'm not emotionally connecting with it, you know? And it's not that I don't like technical bands. If you guys have seen me point out many different technical bands that I've liked, were extremely technical bands, or Bellacore. I like Bellacore, which is a fair comparison to this band as well. That solo was nice, and I gotta say, despite the fact that the guitar, I mean, every musician in this band is extremely talented, but for me the standout is the drummer. I really like the drummer. If I have to pick something, he's really killing it. He's really putting like a lot of interesting technicality into the song. I also find that the sound of the band to be very weird, and maybe that's why I'm reacting to it in this kind of way, because I find it to be off-putting at first, where perhaps with multiple listens it kind of clicks into place and then you understand what they're all about. I do like this kind of ending part of the song. It's actually quite, that I'm connecting with. I'm enjoying that. Yeah, it's a weird one for me, to be honest, guys. There's moments I like, there's moments I don't connect with, there's moments that are really nice, and again, there's really nice technicality in the song. There's the really nice melody in the song. So it's like in my brain, like, why am I not automatically liking this? What is wrong with me? Like, it's not fully computing. Because you know what I think is also happening in my brain is that, I don't know if you guys are like this, like me. I've reacted to many different bands, and I would always see in the comments, "Is the best band I've heard, is the most technical band I heard. Oh my god, can you believe how they play?" I think you have to recognize good talent when you see it, and they're able to play very, very well. But I'm personally not necessarily automatically impressed by technicality, because, like, I think when on a long enough timeline for any fan listening to music for a long enough period, you've heard technicality before. You've heard good songwriting before. It's a marriage of all these things: songwriting, feels, how they match up for you in particular. So it's like, I've had sometimes arguments with people. They would praise somebody because they're technical, and that is it. And for me, I'm like, well, that for me is just not enough. Technicality is just not enough. The musicianship of being able to play really fast or very, intricate is just not enough. It has to be that spark, which is all different for every person. It's a unique spark that happens for each person. And obviously it's happening for a lot of fans, because I can't tell you how many people have been praising this band. Along with Andrew McKay Smith, the guy I do a podcast with every Thursday, he really praises this band and loves them. Maybe because he's partial to the fact they're also from Australia like him. I don't think this was particularly a good song to start with. I think it might be like a song a fan is into, but not perhaps the best song to introduce somebody to. I have this problem as well whenever I try to introduce my friends or brother to a song, and I show them a song that I like, not particularly a good song to get into with this band. Yeah, this was cool. Overall, I come away with it from a perspective of appreciation. Like, I'm not gonna hate on the band. I appreciate what they're doing. They're very talented. Obviously, there's love for this band. This song wasn't for me, and I would be willing to check out more from them. But yeah, it's just, I'm always gonna cheer on somebody who's doing what they love. I'm going to come from that perspective. I like to come from a more positive perspective. I would love to hear from you guys now down below in the comments, so you can add to the conversation, because that's what it's all about. That's why the channel's here. I love having conversations with you guys. With that being said, guys, make sure you enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe out there. Keep it metal.